Yes, people. Welcome back. Another day of transfer madness. Low key, I knew it was gonna happen, but I said they wouldn't, would they? They wouldn't. But they have. We all heard, was it yesterday? Newcastle, 90 million euro bid, with add-ons included in that. Here in Manchester United might make a bid. Newcastle got in early from before. Didn't see Man United doing it. I heard Amarim more interested in Watkins apparently, but the recruitment of Man United wants Sesko. A lot of Man United fans say, nah, Specs, you can have him. We don't want Sesko. For whatever reasons, they've got their opinions. A lot of Man United fans are more concerned about their midfield. Well, I'll tell you what, as a Newcastle United fan, you've got more things to worry about than just about your midfield. We need to add midfield players. We need to add centre backs. We need at least two strikers. Can't go into the new season with just Will Oscilla as the main striker. This is wild. But anyway, the whole transfer window has just been an absolute farce. Target after target rejecting us for many reasons. Wages definitely played a big part in it. Can't blame PSR too much. Overall, I can, but not necessarily in this instance because Newcastle can spend. Then you got the whole Isak saga. He came back in training today. I saw footage of him leaving with some fans chasing the car. That doesn't want an autograph or they wanted to have a word. I don't know. What does that mean for Liverpool in terms of, well, it's like Newcastle just can't get no one over the line. Did that mean if Sesko did get over the line, and it's not over yet? It's not over yet because you think in hindsight, if you got Sesko, then maybe the Isak thing, either keep him or we just feel more calm to this sell him. But the mad thing for me is you can't make this ish up. So Newcastle bid 90 mil euros included in the add-ons. Manchester United bid 85 mil. I feel like Sesko and the camp and RB are playing mind games as well because one minute you're hearing he favours Man United, then you're saying he favours both projects. Then you're hearing now it's Newcastle. I don't care what anyone says, certain journalists out there, the media. It's like it's more of a it's more happy days for them if it's a Man United positive news, or if he goes to Man United and it goes. There's some media bias. Certain men are in certain class pockets. I don't care what anyone says. But anyway, moving on. I've never heard of that. And if you have, let me know in the chat that a club has bidded higher and one has bidded lower. That's why hence I think there's some mind games. RB Leipzig and Man United must be having some different kind of conversations where, especially if they accept both bids. That's crazy. There must be some conversation they're having, or they know something that we don't know, where Sesko really is favoured for Man United. And it's a madness. And this is where I think the wages come into it. And yes, Manchester United's name, it holds weight. No matter how toxic it is, they finished 15th, they got no European football, but players will still reject Newcastle to go there. Not that Newcastle made any substantial bids that I remember of Mbeumo and Cunha, but some players will still reject Newcastle to go Man United or to go anywhere in that fact, especially in the top six, the so-called top six. It's crazy to think you can finish 15th and still spend all that money. And, Newcastle got Champions League football twice in 3 years, just won a League Cup, and they don't mean F4. Are we going after the wrong targets? Should we stop going for targets that the so-called top six are going after and do it as it was in the old days under Amanda? But then some say Amanda, she was part of why the whole PSI effed up. Then that caused a whole nother debate and argument. Oh, was Paul Mitchell right all along? And then you got people questioning, has Eddie Howe got too much power and all this madness and God knows what to believe. This makes Paul Mitchell look like he had a point now. Or they say Eddie Howe didn't get along with both sporting or directors or whatever. But Ashworth, he was greener on the other side for him anyway, so he was going to leave. Mitchell, for whatever reason, he's left. It's obviously left in Eddie Howe and whoever else, the staff around him to try and sort out negotiations. I don't even know who actually sorts out negotiations. I don't even know who, when they're going for bids or people making a bid for our players, who's actually answering and who's actually sorting things out. And I think this whole transfer window, Newcastle have just been reactive instead of proactive. And the hierarchy, you're supposed to be running this club. They've got questions to answer as well. Seems like a blaming game, like, you know, it's absolutely embarrassing and it's getting jarring. And I said, there's no way this one can't get over the line. It's another dragged on saga. And if you can't get this one over the line, I'm done. I made certain jokes, not in a malicious way, but just saying when it was going even left from the beginning of the window a bit, we were taking along with Alanga and so on, and the whole Isak thing. I was just like, probably going to end up with DCL and Vardy if he ain't picked the club already. It's madness. I have no optimism. Some people say, Specs, have faith. Have faith, it's not over yet with the Sesko thing. But I'm just thinking, nah, bro. Like, it shouldn't even take that long for player or the club. We submitted the new bid. Yes, Newcastle have put out to them like, yo, we're not trying to waste time or take too long, but something smells fishy, bro. Something smells fishy, like real bad pum pum, bro. Something don't sit right. That's why I have no optimism. And could you blame me? I can't even count my fingers now how many of these targets and this current target could possibly reject us to go to a team that finished 15th. It must be wages as well, because he can't, come on, man. Development wise, I think he'd be better under Eddie Howe and at Newcastle. Less pressure as well. Man United right now, yes, they're trying to change, and I remember trying to rebuild and etc. But that pressure is different. Man United ain't guaranteed to be doing any better than they did last season, regardless if they've got Mbeumo and Cunha, and even if they get Sesko. And that's a different pressure putting on that Man United shirt for all different reasons. So I'll be surprised if he goes to Manchester United. And what's taking so long to make a decision? And for RB Leipzig, like, just accept the bloody bid. They were waiting for Man United. It's like they know the player's choice. It feels like he prefers Manchester United. That's what it feels like to me. I don't know what you lot think. Let me know in the chats. What does that mean for Isak? If Sesko goes to Man United, there's no way you can let Isak go. Some say, nah, F it. It's gone bad already, regardless, just let him go. That's a dangerous game for me, man. They say, will Isak's head be right? But he'll have to get his head right. You have to get his head right, especially in World Cup season. So it's going to be interesting, man. I'm just done with it all. The Isak thing is just doing my head in. Man United come in and just rattle the whole situation. I knew they were going to come in. Low key, I knew, but I said, nah, man. And then they had the audacity to come in with a lower bid, full well knowing what Newcastle bidded. So that's why I think something's fishy. That don't make no sense. If it does end up coming to Newcastle United, then what was the whole point? You come in with a lower bid. It don't make sense. Anyway, love to hear your thoughts, man. Let's see what happens next. Watch your space. Peace.